Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be setting up March and my hobonichi cousin, but before we get into that, I thought I would show you a flip through of this past month, which was really crazy. So this is not nearly as detailed as what my January flip through was, I think. And yes, I know you're gonna ask, is this a TXT album cover on my hobonichi? It is. Yes, it is. This is from my copy of Thursday's Child, the mess version, and it just was the perfect size for this. I ordered a clear cover for this. Apparently, it was meant to be a clear cover for like a more ornate cover for your hobonichi, and thus it does not fit this at all. And my Thursday's Child album has just like completely fallen apart. It was glued so weird, and I was just going to call it quits with it and just give up on it, you know? But then I thought, does this cover fit my hobonichi? And it did. So this is crazy looking. I'll give you that. It is really weird looking. So I need to update my habit tracker for the past week. I only tracked a few things this month, and some of them are health related, so they're not every day, but I just wanted to know when they're popping up. I think one color looks far more cohesive than this mess. Like, this just does not bring me joy in any way, shape, or form. So I think going into March, I might switch to a different color, maybe green, because we're kind of going into spring with March, but I just think that's more cohesive, and I think it was easier for me to keep up with only a few things for the habit tracker, but I might switch up what those are. Not really sure yet. There's still about a week before March at the time of filming this, so I have time to make up my mind. So here is my monthly spread, which really hasn't changed much since I set it up with y'all. I think it looks really cute. I think it was very functional. That's the key point for me. And I really don't use this section over here. Like, this is the section that worries me because I feel like it could be a great place to put lists, but it could also be a good place to deco. But Mondays are typically very busy for me, and I often have to write what I'm doing on a Monday, so we'll see. So March, completely blank except for one appointment, but I know 2 or 3 other things that I will be doing, so we can set that up together. The weeklies, I essentially have not used. I mean, look at this. It is just basically done. I think I quit doing it last week, and I sure did. So this is something that I really want to come back to because I feel like there's got to be a way to do this and it really work for you. And I just haven't discovered that yet. So going into February, the daily stayed in the same kind of setup for me with the same subsections at the bottom where I was tracking what I'm eating, what I'm watching, and what I'm currently listening to. That doesn't really change day to day that much, but I still really enjoy doing it, and I think when I look back on the year, it'll be better. Maybe some things I shouldn't track day to day, like listening. That's typically probably something I should do maybe more once a week, and maybe what I should be tracking is what books I'm reading, but we'll see. I really like the setup like this. It works well for me. I did find new pens for my hobonichi. In my last setup, I was talking about how all of my pens died, but I did find new pens. They're just very, very thin. It took a little bit for this pen to get going. And then February wound up being so busy. See, there are a couple of days in here where I basically did nothing when on the weekend I normally would have done some deco. And here towards the end of the month, I have done a little bit more deco on weekday pages, which I have really enjoyed. So there's some deco from the 12th. And this week, I think I themed the color of what I was doing. I really like this. Underneath this memo pad, I was doing some budgeting stuff. So I just put a memo sheet over that. And I really have become obsessed with memo pads. So you'll see a lot of that here in my dailies. Definitely, I love this one. Like, this is one of my favorite memo pads. I just adore it. And so this is last weekend. I did just a tiny bit of deco because I pulled this Johnny sticker in the AO album, and it's really cute. And then I used another memo pad here to deco a Polaroid of Jungwoo. Then we have this week, which I themed around Doyoung and Kuromi, which is really cute, I think. And so here is basically what we're up to. I got these memo pads, and I'll show you them. I got these memo pads on Etsy. They are from Moon Journals Co. And she also has a channel here on YouTube, Gothic Tale, and I'll link to her down below. But look at these stunning memo pads of the boys. Just gorgeous. And it worked perfectly with this purple layout. I also got NCT ones from her, and Doyoung's are purple, fittingly enough. So this is yesterday, Thursday, and then now we have here today stuff that I was supposed to do. And so I have some room to deco for the rest of the week. And then we have March. So this is the page that I will also set up on camera, I think. So what am I going to be using today? I have a whole bunch of stuff that I really want to use, themes that I want to go with this time around. So I did get these little freebie stickers from Moon Journals Co. She asked who my biases were, which I thought was sweet. So she gave me these really cute little stickers of Doyoung and Hanyeon. So I definitely want to, I think, use these because they're just the perfect size to stick in. So I might use some of these. I have this larger inclusion also from Moon Journals Co. because the freebies were incredible, of Hanyeon from their recent comeback. That was this week. Please stream Roar because it is so fantastic. And so I think one of the big themes that I want to make the spread around is like their fallen angel concept. I've already done that in another journal, and I uploaded a short about it here on my channel. I can link to that down below if you want to see it, but I'm literally obsessed with them as fallen angels. So I also have my Sticky Club. This was kind of like, weirdly enough, the theme of the Sticky Club that I got this month. I got their vintage set, which is Swan Lake. So a lot of feathers, a lot of swans, a lot of ballerinas. I know this is Monet, but this is really giving me like Suho self-portrait vibes. Then we have these gorgeous stickers. I mean, absolutely beautiful stickers of these little ballerinas. So I feel like, where else am I going to use these other than in a planner spread? So why don't we go on and get into setting up my monthly spread and that first intro page. Here is the monthly page. Pretty bland, I know, but it's just meant to give me a good visual break between one month and the next, and so I think this will work well. That's such a beautiful picture. And then if we want to look back at the monthly spread, I'm pretty happy with this, even though I think it really looks weird. But it's so hard to set up for my month because I know I have certain things that I do each day, but I don't necessarily know the time. And I also don't really know sometimes what the weekends look like this far in advance because we still have about a week left in February. So this is what I wound up with. I think it's weirdly pretty. The Sticky Club that I got this time was the vintage one. So it was kind of a Swan Lake vibe. And I think it's really pretty. I really love like the gold gilding on most of these stickers. And I think just the pastel is very relaxing to me, as is Hyeon. So I think that's really weirdly pretty, and I never knew when I would have used this castle, so I used it here. I'm happy with that. And this was maybe not a quick plan with me, but it feels like I didn't have nearly as much to do this time around. I hope that March is going to be a calmer month for me than February has been. So I'm really, really excited about this because I never liked this spread. Like this one just did not work for me, but this one did. I need to find some like little Kai pictures because on the 13th, Kai is coming back. Really exciting. And then I need to, Mark Schumann's birthday, oh my gosh. you see what happens when you start using stickers. So I need to come back in and kind of do that. And I feel like somebody else is coming back in March that I wanted to make note of. But that is going to be all for me today. This is my plan with me right now. Definitely it will fill up as the month goes on, but that's going to be all from me today. So I will see you again in my next video.